The law of sines is a way that we can find missing sides or angles of non-right triangles. So if you had a right triangle, you'd want to use SOHCAHTOA, the sine, cosine, tangent, and set up those ratios. But if it was a non-right triangle, we can use a relationship called the law of sines. And the relationship says that the sine of an angle over the side across from it, and notice we use capital letters for the angle and lowercase for the side length. And let me just explain here. What that would look like is saying that this is angle A and side A is across from it, something like that. This is angle B and side B is across from it, and angle C and side C is across from it, like that. But there's this ratio that will hold true, that the sine of an angle divided by the side across from it will be equal to the sine of any other angle and the side across from it. And we can then use this to solve for missing sides and angles. In this video, I'm going to focus on missing sides. Let's do an example. Okay, so here you can see I've set up a triangle where I have that this is 33 and this is 47. Of course, you could solve for the missing side. My picture may not be to scale, but I have this relationship that I have an angle and I have the side across from it. And then I'm trying to solve for this side and I have the angle across from it. Again, if I was solving for this side, I would just fill in this angle knowing that all the sides have to add up to 180 degrees. But let's set up our law of sines. We know that the sine of 33 divided by side across from it is equal to the sine of 47 divided by the side across from it. Now, you certainly can do the algebra right away. What I mean by that is we could cross multiply and say, this side would get multiplied by 7. That multiply both sides by 7. This side would get multiplied by x, like that. And then since we're solving for x, we could divide both sides by the sine of 33. So you'd have that x is equal to the sine of 47 degrees times 7 all over the sine of 33. And why I kind of like doing that is because we haven't done any calculations yet, so we haven't had any round-off error. We certainly could just type into our calculator, what is the sine of 33? What is the sine of 47? It's going to be some long decimal answer, and of course, we would round it, so then every time we've already created a round-off error. But let me show you how I would type this in. Okay, so the first thing I did, I made sure my calculator was in degree mode. I typed in the sine of 47, I multiplied that by 7, and divided by the sine of 33. And there's my answer, 9.3997. After all the work to not round, we'd probably just round our final answer to 9.4. So x is approximately 9.4. So again, just a nice way to solve for missing sides in a non-right triangle. Let's do one more example. And if this video helps you, please like and subscribe. I have an entire playlist about geometry. All right, so you can see once again, we've got this relationship of a angle and a side across from it. That's the key to using law of sines. If we don't have that relationship, we'd use what's called law of cosines. Now, once again, I just want to call your attention to the fact that we can solve for this missing angle right now, knowing that everything adds up to 180. So, for example, if we knew this side like that, we didn't have this 23 down here, but we knew this side, we could easily fill in this angle to create that relationship we want. So, we've got the sine of 94 degrees divided by 23 is equal to the sine of 29 degrees divided by x. Again, I would just multiply the 23 over here. 23. Multiply the x over here. And then divide both sides by the sine of 94 so that you have an x equals. So it would be x equals the sine of 29 degrees times 23 all over the sine of 94 degrees. And I typed that into my calculator, and I got an answer. X was approximately 11.2. It's 11.1778, and so on. So again, just using law of sines to find a missing side. Check out my next video for how we could use this to find a missing angle. Again, please like and subscribe for more math help.